Hi. I wanted to make this video primarily to talk about the recent happenings that have gone on in Parliament this week. Primarily because the Prime Minister had the vote from MPs on the EU withdrawal agreement bill on Tuesday evening, which in most cases didn't go according to plan. Because as we know, she lost it. 202 MPs voted for the bill to be passed, and 432 said no. That's a shocking result for the Conservatives. And as a young Conservative myself, I kind of felt bad by it. And so I wanted to look at a couple of things that might be reassuring, or look at what people have said. So, for example, I was reading the article again last night when planning for this video, and I read saying that the Chancellor, the Right Honourable Member for Runnymede and Weybridge, has hinted at a delay for Article 50. I mean, Article 50, we don't know what's going on with that, so we've got to follow the news and everything to clearly understand and sort of get in our heads what exactly is going to happen. But he also said that a no-deal Brexit could be avoided. That's the situation we're in, basically. Because the Prime Minister's agreement was pretty much a no-deal Brexit. And she lost that vote. So what happens now, basically? That's what we've got to try and work out. But then there was something else that was said on Tuesday night. That the Leader of the House of Commons, Andrea Leadsom, says government will not delay Brexit. You think about it. Brexit, the 29th of March, the day we are supposed to leave the European Union, is only about 70 days away. So not very long at all. The Prime Minister's got a hard bit of work to do. But as a young Conservative, I will support her and I will do my best to promote that she gets the job done as soon as possible to avoid any further complications in the process. Now, the next bit is probably the more important that I want to talk about, and that was the vote on the motion of no confidence which took place last night. After Jeremy Corbyn, leader of the opposition, leader of the Labour Party, said that he felt MPs had no confidence in the Prime Minister. And there was a long old debate yesterday afternoon. I sat at college and watched a good chunk of it. And then we got to just before. I just want to talk a little bit about that. So, the Prime Minister won the vote, which I think was the right decision. 325 MPs said yes. 306 MPs said no. So, a government majority of 19. And what did the Prime Minister say as soon as she won the vote? She said she is going with the government to continue to work to deliver the solemn promise made on the result of the referendum. That is what she said. And that is, I'm sure, what she's going to stick to. The plan she's going to stick to make sure we are out of the European Union on the 29th of March. But there's more that I've got to talk about. And then there's Jeremy Corbyn. He's an interesting character. He's much more of an idiot than he is of a character, in my honest opinion. But that's a young Conservative for you. He said that the Prime Minister should rule out a no-deal Brexit before any positive discussions take place. And what's the Prime Minister said? She wants to meet with party leaders. She's already met with Vince Cable. She's already met with the leader of Plaid Cymru. She's already met with the leader of the SNP in Westminster. She had the DUP's backing in the vote last night. So Corbyn is the one who is causing the problems here. The Prime Minister is working hard to ensure that this situation gets resolved. And what's happening? Corbyn is messing the whole thing up, which is not good at all. But what I want to talk about, pretty much the main reason of this video, is the fantastic speech that the Secretary of State for Environment and Food Affairs, the MP for Surrey Heath, gave just before the vote last night. That has got to have been one of the best parliamentary speeches I've ever heard. I'm not going to lie, it was brilliant. There were 3 key points that Mr. Gove mentioned to begin with. Since the Conservatives have been in power since 2010, when the coalition began, they've managed to cut taxes for 32 million people. They've given the NHS its biggest cash boost, and they've helped create 3.4 million jobs. Without that, I would still be unemployed. Think of it that way. And I have a job. I have had a job for almost 2 years. I'm pleased to be doing my job. I'm pleased to be earning money, and it's all thanks to the Tory government for the good work that they have done. But here comes the thing. Michael Gove said that the Conservatives have been standing up for national security since they've been in power. Yes, they have. And then he compared it to Jeremy Corbyn. Well, this is what Corbyn wants, and this is what Gove said in front of all the MPs last night. He said Corbyn wants to leave NATO and he wants to remove our nuclear deterrent. Things like that means Corbyn cannot ever be the leader of the government and the Prime Minister. Corbyn, at this point in time, will never, ever be Prime Minister. And that is true. Everything Corbyn says sounds like a whole load of trash, basically. So therefore, the Conservatives are the only party that have a right to be in government at the moment. We've still got 70 days or so until we leave the European Union. So my thought to all the MPs and people who work in Parliament is get the job done. Just get it done, get on with it, and stop arguing over it, and stop fighting. The Prime Minister wants to do what's best for her country, for our country, and so do all the Tory MPs. They want to back her in every way possible, and Labour are preventing that. So the simple thing is, get on with the job. That is my message to you. And what I will do is I will put the link to Gove's fantastic speech in the bio, as well as the results of both the votes